This is our target area. We must secure it by dawn. Understood. I'll coordinate the eastern flank immediately.
On the tranquil Sunday morning of December 7th, 1941, at 6 a.m., Pearl Harbor lay peacefully asleep as 8 massive battleships, the Arizona, Oklahoma, West Virginia, California, Nevada, Tennessee, Maryland, and Pennsylvania, rested along Battleship Row while sailors dreamed in their bunks. Some enjoyed weekend liberty in Honolulu, and officers prepared for the routine morning flag ceremony, completely unaware that 230 miles to the north, Vice Admiral Chichi Nagumo's Keto Butai strike force of 6 aircraft carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu, Shokaku, and Zuikaku, had been silently cutting through Pacific swells for 2 weeks after departing the Kuril Islands on November 26th.
Maintain course and prepare for the next maneuver.
Executing Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto's audacious Operation Z. A plan born from the brilliant yet conflicted mind of a Harvard-educated officer who admired America, but understood that Japan's only chance in an inevitable war was to destroy the Pacific Fleet in one devastating blow, thereby preventing American interference with Japan's desperate seizure of Southeast Asia's oil resources after Prime Minister Hideki Tojo's government, with Emperor Hirohito's approval, chose war when American embargoes and failed negotiations over China and Indochina left no alternative. At 6 a.m., Commander Mitsuo Fukuda led 183 aircraft, Nakajima Kate torpedo bombers, Aichi Valdive bombers, and Mitsubishi Zero fighters, off the carrier decks as pilots gripped their headbands and whispered prayers, and though Private Joseph Lockhart at Opana Point Radar Station detected the massive formation at 7:02 a.m., his superior dismissed it as incoming B-17s
Those are American B-17s from California,
allowing the warning to die in bureaucratic assumption. At 7:49 a.m., as Fukuda gazed through binoculars at the completely defenseless Pacific Fleet anchored below, he ordered the attack and radioed the immortal code, Tora. Tora, signaling total surprise, unleashing Yamamoto's meticulously planned strategy. Torpedo bombers equipped with specially modified shallow water torpedoes screamed in low across the water, while high-level bombers attacked from altitude and dive bombers destroyed American aircraft on the ground at Wheeler, Hickam, and Kaneohe airfields as Zero fighters strafed and provided cover. At 7:55 a.m., the inferno began as Oklahoma took 3 torpedoes and capsized within 12 minutes, trapping 400 men inside, while at 8:06 a.m. the Arizona suffered catastrophic fate when a 1,760-pound armor-piercing bomb penetrated her forward magazine, creating an apocalyptic explosion that lifted the 32,000-ton vessel from the water and killed 1,177 men instantly as she sank in 9 minutes, and the West Virginia took multiple torpedoes. The California flooded slowly, and the Nevada, the only battleship to get underway, attempted a valiant escape, but was bombed so severely she had to beach herself, while men in pajamas sprinted to battle stations and anti-aircraft crews frantically loaded guns amid black smoke, flames, and screaming aircraft. At 8:40 a.m., Lieutenant Commander Shigekazu Shimazaki led the second wave of 171 aircraft that faced stiffer resistance, but continued the destruction until 9:45 a.m. when the attack finally ended, leaving 2,403 Americans dead, 1,178 wounded, 4 battleships sunk, 4 damaged, and 188 aircraft destroyed, while Japan lost only 29 aircraft and 65 men in what appeared to be a stunning tactical victory. Yet Yamamoto's strategy contained fatal flaws because the Japanese failed to destroy the oil storage facilities holding millions of gallons of irreplaceable fuel, left the submarine base intact, and most critically, America's 3 aircraft carriers, Enterprise, Lexington, and Saratoga, were at sea and would form the backbone of America's comeback. While Nagumo's conservative refusal to launch a third wave despite his pilots' pleas allowed those intact repair facilities to help America rebuild faster than anyone imagined. When President Roosevelt learned of the attack at 1:40 p.m. in Washington and delivered his Day of Infamy speech the next day,
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date and one which will lit in pan.
Japan has struck the United States, and the United States must stand united.
That Japan had awakened a sleeping giant and filled him with terrible resolve, because in destroying America's old battleships, Japan inadvertently forced America to embrace carrier warfare, the very naval doctrine that would ultimately lead to Japan's defeat, making Pearl Harbor simultaneously a tactical masterpiece and strategic disaster that served as the catalyst transforming World War II into a truly global conflict and sealing the fate of the Japanese Empire.